Okay, so you ever get kind of lost clicking between all the different screens in Acumatica?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just trying to like get a handle on the history of a purchase order.
Yeah.
So it's a lot, right?
Mm.
Purchase orders and then the receipts and the bills, like they're all connected.
Yeah.
But it's tough to see like the whole flow of it in one place,
Yeah.
you know?
For sure. It's a pretty common problem I hear about all the time.
Yeah.
You're definitely not alone if you feel that way.
Okay.
But what's interesting is that, like, there's a solution out there.
Okay.
And it comes from someone who's, like, really been in the trenches dealing with this exact stuff.
Okay, now you've got my attention. Tell me more.
So we're talking about Kirti Goswami.
Okay.
She's an associate functional consultant, but she's worked on like over 240 different Acumatica scenarios.
Wow.
So she really knows the system inside and out.
Yeah.
And she's come up with this custom solution using something called a generic inquiry.
Okay, now hold on, wait a minute. Back up for a second.
Sure.
For those of us who maybe aren't, super fluent in Acumaticanese, what exactly is a generic inquiry?
So basically, you can think of it like a super powerful report builder that's built into Acumatica.
Okay.
And what it lets you do is pull data from like all the different parts of the system.
Okay.
And then combine it in a way that like actually makes sense for you.
Gotcha.
And so in this case, what Kirti's doing is she's pulling data from places like the invoice screen and inventory item,
Right.
the PO line and the receipt line. It basically all those different spots where purchase order information lives.
So instead of like jumping back and forth between all those screens,
Exactly.
she's bringing all that information together in one place.
Yep.
That's already saving me a headache just thinking about it.
I know, right? And she's designed it so you can see all the key details immediately.
Okay.
Like order numbers and dates, quantities unit, costs for like each stage of the process,
Okay.
vendor information,
Wow.
even cost discrepancies.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah, it's like having X-ray vision into your purchase orders.
Okay. I am officially hooked.
Great.
Walk me through like a real world scenario where this would be, a total lifesaver.
Okay, so let's say you have a purchase order for 100 laptops from your vendor.
Okay.
Everything looks good on the order,
Mm-hmm.
but then you receive the shipment, and there's only 90 laptops.
Yikes.
And then, to make matters worse, the bill arrives.
Yeah.
And the price is higher than what you originally agreed on.
Oh, man, that's a nightmare.
Right. Like now you're scrambling trying to figure out what went wrong.
I can feel the stress just hearing that.
So now imagine you have Kirti's solution.
Okay.
You'd be able to see all of that information like right next to each other.
Okay.
The original order, the receipt details, and the invoice, the quantity discrepancies, and the price difference would just jump out at you.
So instead of digging through emails and spreadsheets, I could see the problem and fix it right away.
Exactly. You could contact the vendor, get the missing laptops, and clear up the pricing issue.
Yeah.
All before it, impacts your bottom line.
So we're not just talking about saving time.
Right.
You could be talking about saving thousands of dollars.
Exactly.
Wow.
So, yeah, it's pretty powerful.
This goes way beyond just viewing data.
I think so.
It's about proactively managing your purchase orders to prevent problems in the future.
That's exactly what makes this solution so powerful.
Yeah.
It's not just about seeing the information. It's about using that information to make smarter decisions and potentially save a lot of money.
I like it.
Good.
Right. So.
Yeah. And here's the thing that really blows my mind about all this.
Okay.
This isn't some pre-packaged thing you have to go out and buy.
Oh, really?
Kirti built this from the ground up using the stuff that's already in Acumatica.
Okay.
Which means that anyone with the right know-how could create something like this for their clients.
That's awesome. Yeah. As consultants, we're always trying to find new ways to add value and solve those unique problems for our clients.
Yeah.
But let's be real here. Not all of us are coding wizards.
Yeah, for sure.
So.
And the good news is you don't have to be.
Okay, good.
The real magic here isn't about writing crazy code or anything like that. It's about understanding how Acumatica is structured, like all those tables we were talking about.
Right.
And knowing how to connect them in a way that gives you the information you need.
This is more about asking the right questions and figuring out how to arrange the data to get the answers.
Exactly. That's a great way to put it.
Okay, cool.
Think of those tables like ingredients in a recipe.
Okay.
By themselves, they're not that exciting.
Yeah.
But you put them together in the right way, and you can create something amazing.
Or delicious.
Or delicious, exactly.
Uh-huh. Okay, I'm starting to get hungry.
But seriously, though, this is making me realize that, custom solutions aren't just for these giant companies with tons of money to throw around. They're for anyone who gets the power of Acumatica and has someone to show them the ropes.
That's a really good point.
Yeah. And speaking of someone to show you the ropes, that's where a company like Tiana Solutions can really come in handy.
Okay, tell me more.
They've got a whole team of experts like Kirti who specialize in building these custom solutions.
Oh, wow.
So if you're a consultant and you're like banging your head against the wall trying to figure out some crazy process, or you want to give your clients something that no one else is offering, Tiana Solutions is the place to go.
So they can like help you pinpoint the issues in your processes and then build something specifically for you.
Pretty much, yeah. It's like having this secret weapon in your Acumatica toolkit.
I love that analogy.
I know, right?
Because, let's face it, in the Acumatica world, the more tools you have, the better.
Absolutely. And you know what else is really cool about Kirti's solution?
What's that?
It shows us that like we can streamline all sorts of things in Acumatica.
Oh, yeah.
We've been talking about purchase orders this whole time, but think about all the other areas where we could do the same thing.
Ooh, now you've got my wheels turning.
Right.
Like, what about inventory management?
Yep.
Sales orders, project tracking?
Exactly. The possibilities are endless.
Okay, so now for the big question for everyone listening.
Hit me with it.
What other processes in your Acumatica systems could be streamlined with a custom solution like this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it?
I think so.
We get so caught up in the day-to-day stuff that we forget to think about how we could be working smarter.
It's easy to fall into that trap.
For sure. But with a little creativity and the right guidance, you can totally transform your Acumatica experience and unlock a whole new level of efficiency and insight.
I like it. I feel like we've had this like sneak peek behind the scenes now.
Yeah.
And we can't go back.
It's hard to unsee it.
It's exciting to think about how we could use these same ideas in other parts of Acumatica.
Totally. And remember, this whole thing we've been talking about is just one example. The really cool thing is that Kirti used Acumatica's own tools to create this.
All right.
No need to go out and buy some fancy software.
Exactly.
The power to customize is already right there.
That's such a good point for consultants.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We're always looking for ways to make our clients' lives easier. And sometimes the answer is staring us right in the face.
It's not about starting from scratch.
Yeah.
It's about using what you already have in a smarter way.
Exactly. So what's like the main takeaway for our listeners today?
That's a good question.
What's the one thing they should remember?
Don't be afraid to think outside the box.
Okay.
If you run into a problem in Acumatica or your client is struggling with something, don't just settle for the way things are.
Right.
Take a step back and look at it from a different angle.
Oh.
See if there's a way you can customize the system to make it work better.
And if you're not sure where to start, or you need a little help,
oh, don't be afraid to call in the experts.
like who?
Well, companies like Tiana Solutions have a ton of experience with Acumatica customization.
Right.
They can help you figure out where customization can make a real difference and then walk you through the whole process of making it happen.
Okay, so let's wrap things up here.
Sound good?
What's the key takeaway for all our Acumatica consultants out there?
A single comprehensive view of your purchase order history is totally possible in Acumatica.
That's right.
You can help your clients be more efficient, make better decisions, and save a ton of time and money.
And remember, this is just one example of what you can do with Acumatica customization.
Exactly. There's a whole world of possibilities out there.
So go out there, embrace the power of customization.
Yes.
And help your clients get the most out of their systems.
I love it.
And if you're ready to dive deeper into Acumatica customization, Tiana Solutions is just a phone call away at 678-910-2774. Until next time, keep exploring, keep innovating, and keep pushing the limits of what's possible with Acumatica.